I'm going to teach you fingerstyle guitar in 4 easy steps. Give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell, and let's get to it. Now that sounds beautiful, right? And it probably sounds a little bit tricky if you're not into fingerpicking already. But it's actually very, very simple if you follow these simple steps. Step 1 is simply to play G notes on each beat, downwards with our thumb. When I say G notes, 3rd fret, top string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it with me. I'll count us in. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as that. Step 2 is to add the alternate bass note. So alternate is another note out of the chord. In this case, we're going to choose the open D string, and we're going to put those in between. So instead of 1, 2, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, all with your thumb, all downwards. I'm going to do it a little bit slower. Do it with me. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, simple enough. The next step is to bring in our first finger to pluck the G string, the open G string, after beat 2. So 1 and 2 and. So it fits right between 2 and. To count that out loud, we call it an E. 2 E and. 1 and 2 E and. Okay, do it with me, nice and slow. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 1, 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Now to me, that already starts to sound pretty beautiful. You could write a song with that. Play that same pattern over a few different chords. Beautiful. But we're going to take it one step further and introduce the good old middle finger, everybody's favourite. And this is going to pluck the B string, the open B string, after the and of 2. And we call that an A. So we're going to go like this. 1 and 2 E and A. So you'll notice nothing's changed. You know, we had the bass, the G note on 1, 2, 3. Well, they are still there. Then we introduced the D note on the and 1 and 2. They're all still there. We've just added these notes, slotting them in around the others. So here's our pattern. 1 and 2 E and A. Okay, I'm going to count us in again, super slow. We'll do it together. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and A. 3 and 4 E and A. 1 and 2 E and A. 3 and 4 E and A. That's our pattern. So now I'm going to take this, we're going to make it into a little song. Very simple chords in the key of G. G, C, A minor, E minor, G, C, A minor, D, 7, G. Okay, but what I want to do is show you how, you know, chords can be altered very simply, especially for acoustic guitar for this style of thing. So I'm going to try and keep the G and B throughout the progression. So in other words, they're already present in the G chord, right? That's simple, but if we change it to a C chord, if I leave my first finger off, I've got those same 2 notes. So now my alternate bass, instead of being G, D, is C, E. So that's all I'm using there, my 3rd finger and 2nd finger for like a C chord, a C major 7, that is 1 and 2 E and A, 3 and 4, E, and A. Now I'm going to do the same for like an A minor chord, but this is going to be a one finger chord. I'm going to take that third finger off. I'm left with just my second finger, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with my right hand. 1 and 2, E and A, and 4, E and A. And now all I'm going to do is change my thumb to picking the top E string to make it sound like an E minor chord. 1 and 2, E and A, 3 and 4, E and A. Okay, so at the end of that bar, I like to put in this shape, which is F sharp and A, which suggests a D chord to take us back to the G. You'll notice I normally do it by hanging my thumb over the top for the F sharp. So, but the right hand didn't change. I still played. So the string picking is the same as the very first chord I showed you, but I'm just holding that different shape, whichever way you want to hold those two notes. Okay, second part of the progression. We're back to our G. Do that for a bar, to our C major 7. This time we're going to go A and then drop down a string to a D, and I'll put my pinky on the G note here. So really, I'm calling it a D chord, but it's got an open B string, so that's your 6, and it's got a G on top, which is your 11. So I guess you could just call it a D11, but it's a really sweet sounding one. It doesn't have any major third or flattened 7 in there. Ugh, way off track. So the reason I've chosen those two notes is because that's what we've been adding to all the other chords, the G and the B, but now I need an A note there as my alternating bass, so I'm going to keep the B but add a G on top. Then we're back to our G chord, and we'll use that little D chord again to turn it around. We're back to the start. So, let's do the whole thing slowly. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and A, 3 and 4 E and C major 7, A minor 11 or minor 9, E minor, back to G, C major 7, A minor 9, D, G, D, fantastic. You passed with flying colours. See you next week. Okay, let's do the whole thing slowly, step by step. So step 1, just our bass notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 3 E's, 2, 3, and an F sharp. Back to the start. 2, 3, 4. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 2 A's, 2 D's, and our G, our F sharp, and we're back to the start. Okay, now let's add in those alternate bass notes. I'll slow it down a little bit. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A C chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the A and 2 and 3 and 4. And now 2 E notes. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. We're back to our G. 3 and 4 and C. And 2 and 3 and 4 and our A and 2 and drop the finger down for the D. 3 and 4 and back to the G, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Very good. Let's do it again, introducing the first finger. 3, 4, and 1, and 2, E, and 3, and 4, E, and 1, and 2, E, and 3, and 4, E, and E minor, C, A minor, D, G, D. Okay, let's do the final step. Bring in that middle finger on the B strings. 3. Just to remind you of the pattern. Okay, 1 and 2 E and A. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and A. 3 and 4 E and C. Major 7. A minor 11. Or minor 9. E minor. Back to G. C major 7, A minor 9, D, G, D,